Good morning, YouTube. You're looking at 56 pounds of winter rye. That is what we're going to plant today as a cover crop in the garden. The garden's finished for all intents and purposes. My brother has a couple of late things growing over here, but beans, tomatoes, corn, peppers, all that's gone. So it's time to disc it and put the cover crop in. Today's date is September 29th. A little bit earlier than I usually plant it, but it'll give it a good start. I typically plant winter wheat or winter rye, and that's for two reasons. One, it germinates at low temperatures, so you don't need warm soil. So that's one reason. The other reason is it's cheap. So I got this 56 pounds for $15.50. So the order of operations today is going to be, first go get the tractor, hook up the disc, then I'll take my seeder and seed that winter rye, and then I'll come back with a piece of chain link and drag it. So enough talk, let's get started. The ground is worked up. Now ready to spread the seed. So this, what I'll be using to spread the seed, it's a Cyclone broadcast spreader. But if you look on the back, right there it has ryegrass and the gauge setting. Gauge setting is 4. It's the same as what you use for any kind of fertilizer. All right. It's about the coverage I'm looking for. I'd like to have it a little heavier than that, but it'll work. Okay, I'm done spreading. That's about the coverage I'm looking for. You can see the seeds. So about as thick as you would put grass seed down. We'll take a quick break for lunch, come back and drag this, and we'll be finished. All right, slight change in plans. While I was eating my sandwich, I remembered the neighbor has a cultipacker that he's offered me before. So what I think I'll do, rather than make up a drag out of chain link, I'll go over there, get the cultipacker, and it'll do pretty much the same thing. So I just kind of, what I'm worried about is with the chain link here, that it might actually drag all this hay out into the yard. The cultipacker is just going to roll over it and push the seed down into the dirt or further down into the hay, either one. So I think that's going to be a better option for us. I'll run over there and get that real quick. finished. Actually took quite a while to complete between the disking and the seeding and the cultipacking. That's a good day's work. But I've never run a cultipacker before, but you essentially saw how it works. It's like discs that don't cut but instead press. So I see maybe a seed here and there, but it did its job. All the seed is now pressed down into the dirt and lightly covered. So as soon as we get some rain, given that the temperatures are still pretty decent, I imagine that is going to germinate almost immediately and start growing. So we'll have a good growth on top before the first frost hits. And then the way winter rye and winter wheat work, it'll still continue to grow after the first frost, but it kind of goes dormant until you begin to get those first warm days in the spring, and then it goes nuts. At any rate, this is how we plant cover crops in the garden here. So I hope this inspires you to get out and put something in your garden as a cover crop. I also hope you enjoyed this and you have a great week, and we will see you soon. Oh boy. Some people say a black cat is the devil's bride. I don't think that's true.